Temporize. Temporize. Temporize is a verb meaning to compromise. Here are a few ways in which temporize can be used. The plaintiff had to temporize with the defendant for the case to be settled. The professor asked each group to temporize on which tasks each person would complete. Now you say temporize. Try the word again. Temporize. Temporize. Temporize is a verb meaning to stall or act evasively in order to gain time, avoid a confrontation, or postpone a decision. Here are a few ways in which temporize can be used. Elliot decided to temporize because he wasn't quite prepared for the meeting. In desperation, Jane's friends had to temporize when their enemy rounded the corner because they didn't want any more trouble. Now you say temporize. Try the word again. Encomium. Encomium. Encomium is a noun meaning a formal expression of praise, a lavish tribute. Here are a few ways in which encomium can be used. The entire family was anxiously anticipating the father's encomium at the daughter's wedding. Michelle was offered the job after her interviewer read the encomium from her recommender. Now you say encomium. Try the word again. Arrogate. Arrogate. Arrogate is a verb meaning to claim or take without right. Here are a few ways in which arrogate can be used. Because it is unethical to arrogate another's property, the judge ruled the defending party to be guilty. Many people believe politicians arrogate resources from hardworking citizens who are already disadvantaged. Now you say arrogate. Try the word again. Substantiate. Substantiate. Substantiate is a verb meaning to establish by evidence, prove, to give concrete or substantial form to. Here are a few ways in which substantiate can be used. Troy, a renowned attorney, failed to substantiate his case at the end of the trial. In Greek mythology, vanity was substantiated in the form of a young boy named Narcissus. Now you say substantiate. Try the word again. Coherent. Coherent. Coherent is an adjective meaning holding or sticking together, making a logical whole, comprehensible, meaningful. Here are a few ways in which coherent can be used. All of the finalists wrote essays that were thoughtful and coherent. After the stroke, David was frightened that his speech would never be coherent again. Now you say coherent. Try the word again. Reconnaissance. Reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is a noun meaning any kind of preliminary inspection or examination. Here are a few ways in which reconnaissance can be used. A biopsy is a kind of reconnaissance that precedes further treatment. The auto mechanic conducted a quick reconnaissance of the car's engine as the first step in his attempt to troubleshoot the problem. Now you say reconnaissance. Try the word again. Reconnaissance. Reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is a noun meaning a survey made for military purposes. Here are a few ways in which reconnaissance can be used. His reconnaissance of the enemy's position successfully completed, the soldier reported back to headquarters so that his superiors could finalize their battle plans. The commandant ordered the platoon to complete a mandatory reconnaissance. Now you say Reconnaissance. Try the word again. Emulate. Emulate. Emulate is a verb meaning to imitate with the intent of equaling or surpassing the model. Here are a few ways in which emulate can be used. People often emulate their competition in an attempt to be more successful with their own endeavors. Peter will emulate his professor's research model to test his hypothesis. Now you say emulate. Try the word again. Banal. Banal. Banal is an adjective meaning hackneyed, trite, commonplace. Here are a few ways banal can be used. The actors read their lines from crumpled sheets of paper, making the play seem even more banal. The audience members were appalled that they donated money for such a banal production. Now you say banal. Try the word again. Intransigent. Intransigent. Intransigent is an adjective meaning refusing to compromise. Irreconcilable. Here are a few ways in which intransigent can be used. The couple decided to separate because of their constant arguing and intransigent differences. Liza's attorney was intransigent in the settlement meeting. Now you say intransigent. Try the word again. Germane. Germane. Germane is an adjective meaning relevant, appropriate, apropos, fitting. Here are a few ways in which germane can be used. His insights and commentary simply weren't germane to the discussion. Knowing the conference schedule was a germane detail for those of us planning the itinerary for the rest of the trip. Now let's hear you say germane. Try the word again. Invidious. Invidious. Invidious is an adjective meaning offensive, hateful. Here are a few ways in which invidious can be used. Their invidious peers vandalized every wing of the building with mean comments. The school district implemented tolerance training after the invidious behavior continued. Now you say invidious. Try the word again. Invidious. Invidious. Invidious is an adjective meaning tending to cause bitterness and resentment. Here are a few ways in which invidious can be used. Quitting her job and moving in with her new beau proved to be an invidious mistake, one that quickly led to their breakup. Her belittling remarks had an invidious impact on her friends. Now you say invidious. Try the word again. Congeal. Congeal. Congeal is a verb meaning to change from liquid to solid, thicken. Here are a few ways in which congeal can be used. Maria disposed of the milk that had started to congeal with mold. We cleaned the candle wax in a hurry so that it wouldn't congeal and ruin the table. Now you say congeal. Try the word again. Congeal. Congeal. Congeal is a verb meaning to make inflexible or rigid. Here are a few ways in which congeal can be used. Once the mold is cast, it will congeal, and we cannot change it without starting over. Paul sealed the vinyl cover with lacquer so that it would congeal and never bend. Now you say congeal. Try the word again. Tenable. Tenable. Tenable is an adjective meaning capable of being held or defended. Here are a few ways in which tenable can be used. City officials suggested a new law as a tenable solution to the crime problem. He felt that in his thesis, he had mounted a tenable argument in support of his interpretation of Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby as a modern-day tragedy. Now you say tenable. Try the word again. Acquisitive. Acquisitive. Acquisitive is an adjective meaning able to get or retain ideas or information. Here are a few ways in which acquisitive can be used. A few remarkable elementary school children are identified as young geniuses because of their amazing acquisitive ability, which allows them to quickly master each new subject as it is introduced. Successful law students have an acquisitive knack for recalling information easily. Now you say acquisitive. Try the word again. Acquisitive. Acquisitive. Acquisitive is an adjective meaning concerned with acquiring wealth or property. Here are a few ways in which acquisitive can be used. Martha Stewart, a great acquisitive talent, has many profitable brands in her successful business empire. Following the real estate market is a crucial part of becoming an acquisitive investor. Now you say acquisitive. Try the word again. Carping. Carping. Carping is a noun meaning petty, nagging, criticism. Here are a few ways in which carping can be used. The carping associated with school bullies is now punishable by law. The teacher's carping taught the students to appreciate constructive criticism. Now you say carping. Try the word again. Carping. Carping. Carping is an adjective meaning tending to find fault, especially in a petty, nasty, or hair-splitting way. Here are a few ways in which carping can be used. Jim's constant belly aching and carping complaints about the most insignificant matters made it very difficult to work with him. It shocked everyone that the twins, whom the family had dubbed the Carping siblings for their tendency to grumble about everything, uttered not a single word of complaint during the entire vacation. Now you say carping. Try the word again. Belabor. Belabor. Belabor is a verb meaning to work on excessively. Here are a few ways belabor can be used. He thought that he wouldn't be taken seriously if he didn't belabor the point. Sheila knew her friends would belabor the plans for the party and took matters into her own hands. Now you say belabor. Try the word again. Belabor. Belabor. Belabor is a verb meaning to thrash soundly. Here are a few ways belabor can be used. The irate passenger physically belabored the bus driver after he'd made an illegal U-turn. When he'd had too much to drink, Huckleberry Finn's father, Pap, would belabor him with a switch. Now you say belabor. Try the word again. Eschew. Eschew. Eschew is a verb meaning to avoid, shun, keep away from. Here are a few ways in which eschew can be used. We were unable to eschew the criminal incidents that infected our neighborhood, so we pushed for the formal implementation of programs that would eliminate such activities. I was asked to eschew the strangers from my immediate association. Now you say eschew. Try the word again. Insatiable. Insatiable. Insatiable is an adjective meaning so great or demanding as not to be satisfied. Here are a few ways in which insatiable can be used. She had so many degrees that her colleagues decided her thirst for knowledge was insatiable. The insatiable lion feasted upon its prey until only a carcass remained. Now you say insatiable. Try the word again. Taciturn. Taciturn. Taciturn is an adjective meaning habitually silent or quiet, inclined to talk very little. Here are a few ways in which taciturn can be used. Larry might be a comedian now, but he was a taciturn child. Job counselors advise their clients not to be taciturn at job fairs. Now you say taciturn. Try the word again.